checking out the scouting report, and I don't see nothing but bums. You and your whole entire world know that I am the one. You and your squad ain't got nothing for me. Your organization is looking stressed, and now that you haters is running from me, I know that you see that I'm highly blessed.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we live with your boy Coach G. Yeah, we live with your boy Monty.
You and your squad ain't got nothing for me. Your organization is looking stressed, and now that you haters is running from me, I know that you see that I'm highly blessed.
Episode 55, we're back. But before I get started with tonight's episode, let me be abundantly clear. As you know, we have a standard that we have on the Rewind, and we try to hold that standard on a week in, week out basis. However, tonight is a little bit different because the devil was clearly working before tonight's episode. I'm having network outage issues. My router goes out. I have to switch to my hotspot, then back to my router, then back to my hotspot. Brian's having technical difficulties. Our special guest that's joining us, he's having audio and phone issues. The whole nine. It's a thunderstorm right now as we speak on the East Coast. So on a dark and stormy night on Wednesday. Welcome into episode 55 of The Rewind, brought to you by Global Sports Entertainment 3. I'm the captain, the CEO of this ship, Monty Moss. My co-host, Bryant Garvin, will be joining me momentarily. Just want to get a few house cleaning things out of the way before we get started. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Rewind _GSC3, as well as follow us on all of our social media platforms at The Rewind _GSC3. We're doing the best we can, and we appreciate all the love and support that we receive on a week-in, week-out based on all of our platforms. Push, right? Push, P-U-S-H, pray until something happens. And I want to give a special shout out and thank you to one of our former guests, Ro Thompson, his dad, father of John Thompson, who's currently a golfer at Howard University, sent me a nice care package of trap golf. So, Ro, appreciate the care package, brother, representing you and John. John has an endorsement deal with Trap Golf currently, and sent your boy a care package. So I said, you know what? I'm going to wear it on tonight's episode. That's what I do. We show love. Pour into people who what? Pour into you. That is the motto for 2026. So all grace to the good Lord. Always good to be here for another opportunity to get better. We got a pretty damn good lineup episode for you guys tonight. I hope you guys will enjoy. But business is getting ready to pick up. Despite the network issues and the devil working, business is getting ready to pick up here tonight on episode 55. So without further ado, let's get our co-host in here. Chicago's finest, Temple alum, 4-time state champion, over 400 career wins in his co-head coaching basketball career. He's coached both football and basketball, and he is inducted into the Newark Hall of Fame. BG Bryant Garvin is joining us episode 55. BG, despite the network issues, God has given us the opportunity to do this one more time. Episode 55. What's up, brother? How are you?
You bet. You bet. I got my southern swing on today, boy. You bet. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing very, very good. You know, I guess it's from the South, so I got to say you bet today. You know, that's how it was back in the day. You bet.
Well, he lives in the South, but he's born in New York.
No. He's been down there for 40 years. He's from the South. You bet.
Hey, look, man, we got a really good episode tonight, and I look forward to it because, I'm just feeling some kind of way, right, with some of the things that the chatter I've been hearing, and this is like Michael Jordan said, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. That extra fuel is going to give me the grace to kick some ass tonight. But man, you looking forward to tonight? Because I know I am.
I'm looking forward to it, man. All the segments, I'm ready to rock and roll. You know, to get this thing going, because I saw some stuff, boy. It got me fired the hell up. Got me fired up, and I guess it's gonna be looking at me probably like I'm halfway crazy. You know, we around the same age, so I'm gonna make it do what it do.
You gonna make it do what it do?
I'm gonna make it do what it do.
Sounds like Unrivaled tonight, folks. Is not Unrivaled. Unfiltered tonight is gonna be one for the books. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I'm see how it come out, but I have some shit to say.
All right. Well, let the good times roll. Let's get our first guest in there. If you don't know, Kenny Anderson, one of the most electrifying point guards to come out of New York City, and a true legend of the game whose impact spans college basketball, the NBA, and coaching. Born and raised in Queens, New York, Anderson became a national sensation at Archbishop Malloy High School, where he was widely regarded as one of the best high school point guards in basketball history. His court vision, ball handling leadership made him a household name before he even stepped onto a college floor. Anderson continued his rise at Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, where he led the program to the 1990 Final Four as a freshman and earned All-American honors. His playmaking ability and flair made him one of the most exciting guards in college basketball at the time. He was selected second overall in the 1991 NBA draft by the New Jersey Nets, now Brooklyn Nets, launching a 14-year NBA career. During that time, Anderson played for several teams, including the Boston Celtics, Portland Trail Blazers, and the Indiana Pacers, earning an All-NBA star selection in 1994 while establishing himself as one of the league's most creative point guards. Today, Coach Anderson continues to shape the next generation of players as a coach, most recently serving as head coach of the Fisk University Bulldogs men's basketball team. From the playgrounds of Queens to the NBA All-Star stage and now mentoring young athletes, Kenny Anderson's basketball journey represents skill, resilience, and a lifelong commitment to the game. Joining us now on episode 55 is the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Queen's finest. Kenny Anderson's in the house, brother. Kenny, all grace to the good Lord. Appreciate you taking the time to join us on episode 55. How are you, Black King?
I'm doing well, Monty, and thanks for having me on. And, I'm just blessed. Thank God.
Man, we get ready to talk about blessed in a minute because there's something that transpired the last 24 hours that I want to get your perspective on. I'm sure we'll all share in some form or fashion, but let's get our second guest while we're at it. That's right. I had another one. You knew I had to bring somebody else. This is what I do. Brother, the guy's name by Tom McKeown, award-winning author, was born in Queens, New York, but currently resides in Plano. That's right. I said Plano, Texas, where he met his wife, and they raised two children, Kellyanne and Brian. He is a successful technology entrepreneur who co-founded and ran a software provider named Trend Data before selling the company in 2021. He's also written numerous articles that have been published in various trade magazines. McKeown grew up on Long Island, where he attended Babylon High School and was an avid fan and participant in the school's basketball program. He later graduated from Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut, where, among other activities, he broadcasted the school basketball games both in person and on the local radio station. McKeown has remained close with family and friends from his hometown and visits several times a year. He remembers fondly the mid-1970s when his high school basketball team was a regional powerhouse and the envy of many surrounding schools. Joining us on episode 55, along with Kenny Anderson, is the great Tom McKeown. Tom, good to see you, brother, from down there in Plano, Texas. Good for you to join us. How are you, sir?
Oh, great to be here. Whatever technical difficulties you have, the energy and enthusiasm making up for it, guys. Fantastic to be here. And another Queens man there, Kenny Anderson. Great to see you.
Queens is in the house. Before we get started with tonight's episode, I just want to do breaking news as we do sometimes here on the Rewind. Bam Adebayo becoming the second player now surpassing Kobe Bryant for the second all-time NBA scoring single points in a game with 83 last night and a 150-129 win over the Washington Wizards. Kobe Bryant broke the record in 2006, scoring 81 points against Toronto Raptors. Different league and era back then, but stay with me. I'm on my way. And 42 minutes of play, he was 20 of 43 from the field, shot 7 of 22 from three-point, 36 of 43 from the free throw line. Let me say that one more time. 36 of 43 from the free throw line, and it was against the 16 and 48 Washington Wizards team, the same Washington Wizards team who we talked about, who's the worst team in the NBA. But Kenny, let's start with you first, being a former NBA player, knowing the physicality of the league then versus now. What was your reaction and thoughts of Bam Adebayo surpassing Kobe Bryant to be second all time in most points scored in a single game?
My hat went off to him. He 83 points is just a huge deal in the game of basketball, and he's a great person. Everybody loves him. He's a great leader of Miami Heat, and he, scored 83 points. Now, the thing I do say, there's a lot of fouling going on. He's got a lot of foul shots. You can critique everything about that game and come up with this, come up with that. Criticize this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter. He scored 83 points. So, you gotta take your hat off to him,
Yeah, he had 60 points after three quarters. And listen, for what it's worth, it's good for the sport. It's good for the NBA to have a player like Bam Adebayo. Me personally, I would have never envisioned Bam to to do such a thing. But 83 points is impressive. It's a milestone. It's something that he's going down in the history books. It's Wilt Chamberlain, it's Bam Adebayo, then it's Kobe Bryant. That's a hell of a class to be a part of.
It really don't sound right. Bam, because he's not that type of player to score. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
He's a defender, rebounder, 15 to 20, 25, average around in there. But to 83 points from Bam, that's kind of unique there.
Yeah, I would have probably envisioned like Steph Curry or KD. I mean, just all the elite scorers that we have. Giannis in the league, Joker.
He's down on the list. He might be 100, 120, 115 if you just go down the list. Who could score that many points? That's amazing. He did that though.
It is, and he had his girlfriend Asia Wilson courtside. I mean, that would have gave me the extra confidence I needed to go out there and perform well. Also, but Bryant, let's just call it for what it is as a head coach. Anytime you go to the free throw line 43 times, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have a successful night. Foul calling, the officiating in the game. I'm not here to comment on that. 43 times he's been to the free throw line. What's your take on that?
Look, you already know how I feel about officials, and we got a lot of them on our page. They call phantom calls or whatever. My hat goes off to him to scoring 83 points. You want to know why? Because when I was playing and I scored 18, I was about to die. So,
you ain't lying.
Especially when you play a D. When you play a defense and you trying to score 18, man, you need an oxygen mask. My man had 83. I don't see how people do that. That's exhausting, man. You probably had to sleep for like a week. Man, my hat goes off to him. I don't care if the officials was there and they put him on the line 100 times. It's 83 points, man. You just have to have that type of night. And my hat goes off to him.
He was off. He was hitting. Tom, your reaction to Bam being second all time?
Well, same with you guys. I wouldn't have pictured him to be the guy to end up there, sandwiched between Wilt and Kobe. You'd think of these other guys, but he didn't have a particularly great night from the 3-point line. Imagine if he was 50% from there.
Definitely 22 from 3.
But,
he would have got 100.
Yeah. A lot of people out there, so far on social media, it's been about the where we are right now as far as the league play versus when Kobe dropped his 81. Listen, basketball royalty and greatness is basketball royalty and greatness. If it was that easy, everyone out there would go out and score 80-plus points in the game, and this record will be broken continuously year in and year out. It's not. It hasn't been. And listen, as Kobe said in his interview in 2020, it's good for the sport if someone breaks my record. All records are meant to be broken anyway. I don't think anyone's going to score 100 points and to break Wilt's record. I'm just going to say that right now.
I do.
Where
it's
you
going,
do?
the game is going, somebody's going to get 100.
You think
no
so?
Question. Absolutely.
Think so?
After bet, I think so. This is what I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Somebody's going to get 100 points.
Not that he shot much, but Wilt did it before the 3-point line.
Yes,
that is true.
Right.
That is true.
But in this era, somebody's going to get 100 points.
Yeah, I agree because if you sit back there, I think Steph can do it if you let him sit back there and just keep chucking.
And look, it's all of these it's that one night when everything is falling. I mean, Bam didn't shoot the ball well from 3, only shooting 7 of 22 from the field. But listen, he was aggressive on the floor. He got to the line 43 times. Yes, it's the Wizards. I'm not here to bant them anymore. People are saying they should fire the head coach. They're the worst team in the league. How worse is it going to get by firing your head coach because you let Bam Adebayo score 83 points? I mean, you can't get no more worse than that. So. Listen, it's just the nature of the beast. It's no different from good teams playing good teams or bad teams playing bad teams. When you're on, you're on. Kenny knows better than anybody. When you have that flow and that touch, you don't want to come out. You want to keep playing. And in 42 minutes of play,
Coach,
83 points.
Coach said he would have been tied 18. Now, my career high in the NBA, 45. And I was exhausted.
Describe that.
Yeah.
Describe that.
45. 18 assists and something like that. I remember that against Detroit Pistons. And I was wore out. after I stood in the locker room for like an hour afterwards.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's half of that.
Yeah.
83. That's crazy. 83 points.
That ice bath was real. I could only imagine. But
Kenny, they don't play that hard today.
That's what I've been getting also.
Yeah.
The physicality is different.
Wow. Yes. Much different.
It's way different. The style of play is different. I mean, when Kobe scored his 81, if you look at the tape, I mean, he got subbed out with over 3 minutes and some change left in the fourth quarter. If Phil Jackson left Kobe in there, he would have probably went for probably 100. I mean, rightfully so. He was on. So no discredit, not taking anything away from Bam Adebayo's historic night. He's earned it. Congratulations to Miami Heat's own Bam Adebayo for making history, and all the best to the Miami Heat as they move forward, because I mean, I can go out there in today's NBA and probably score 50. I'm confident in that. I mean, I can shoot the ball. I'm confident in that. But I'm just saying, Kenny, hypothetically, Kenny, if you were playing in today's game, do you think you could surpass your 45 in a game?
Yes, definitely 40. I'll pass that in today's game.
That's
my 45. I probably would get about 60. I'll probably get 60.
Ooh.
About 10 to 15 points extra.
When you were bringing the ball up, the court too, and the Pistons.
Yeah, I'm a little guard, so it's a lot different.
Yeah, you also have to work harder to get.
Yes.
And he's not getting to the free throw line 43 times either.
And I didn't get to the. I think. I was on the line like 23 times, 22 times. So. Yeah, that foul line is tricky. His foul line, he went 43 times. That's bananas.
36 from 43, and that whistle is a little bit more loose in today's era.
Yeah, today's game is a little softer.
Yeah,
it's more fan friendly.
Yes,
fan friendly. And
I remember
3-point shots.
I remember the Pistons in that era. They fouled hard too.
I was in it, hand checking. It was real physical.
Yeah,
it was real physical back then. They had to change the rules up.
Well, they really shouldn't have, man. I missed that basketball. I came up with you.
Some of us do, but
so
no. So they had to change the rules somewhat.
They went all the way. They went from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Just
real quick.
I'm like, come on, man. It's a physicality. These guys
took it out.
Yeah, they sitting there and they getting the chance to enjoy life and live to about 85, 90 while we're banged up and having surgeries.
Yes.
At 55 and on our knees and our back and stuff because we played hard.
Yes. Definitely hard. And the surgery errors is different with the Achilles.
I'm happy you
your
brought
knee
that
injuries.
up.
You
brought that up.
You can get that quicker. You can get the doctors. They know more. It's everything. The whole game has changed.
Let's talk about Achilles tear, and that's the return of Jayson Tatum. We'll recap yesterday's game between the Boston Celtics and the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs taking care of business at home, 125-116. Boston falls to 43-22. Currently second in the Eastern Conference, 2.5 games back of first. They're 23-8 at home, 8-3 in the last 10. Jayson Tatum recently returning to the court after tearing his Achilles just 10 months ago. I remember having a conversation with Bryant earlier in the season, and he was saying that Jayson Tatum will not come back. He will be back the following year. But just recently, he's back already, both games, playing over 27 minutes, shooting over 37% from the field. He had 20 points in a 109-98 win versus Cleveland, followed by a 15-7 assist outing in a 120-100 win at home against Dallas. This is his third game since returning against the Spurs last night. In this game against the Spurs, Jayson Tatum had 27 minutes played, 24 points, 10 of 24 from the field, 4 of 14 from 3 with 5 rebounds. Now, doctors, the medicine, this technology is completely different from Jayson Tatum's tear to when Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles just in 2016. However, Kenny, what has been your assessment so far of watching Jayson Tatum return from tearing his Achilles just 10 months ago?
Well, I thought, he was going to sit out and play, next year. and but he's on it, and it's going to take a little bit of time. He come back 20 games in, about 15, 20 games, he'll be straight for the playoffs. He worked, man. He worked so hard to come back. He's a great player.
Yes.
And I think he's going to do great, and he's doing great right now. But I'm so confused on the comeback. I thought he was just going to take it easy and come back the following year. So I was a little worried, like if he go back down,
he's coming back
it again. Just the way he plays and all of that. So it's just amazing, with nowadays the doctors, it's just a lot different,
The medicine is definitely there. I think for JT, Kobe would be extremely proud because Kobe was a mentor to Jayson Tatum. And listen, watching Jayson Tatum's documentary, I should say, or his lead up to returning to the court and all the surgery, the training, all the behind the scenes stuff that all of us don't really get to see. He wanted this moment, more importantly, to prove to himself and also the basketball world what he's capable of. Listen, we know Jaylen Brown has held the fort down this season, leading the team in scoring with scoring over 28 points a game. But this shouldn't be a whose team is it? This is right now Jayson Tatum coming back to tell the league and the Eastern Conference that the Boston Celtics are a true championship contender. And with JT back, and as he get back in game rhythm and in game flow, they can be right back in the NBA Finals. Agree or disagree, Tom?
No, I totally agree. And I think the fact that they were so in the thick of it, even without him, he didn't want to end up sitting out another championship season. So I imagine if they were 10, 15 games worse than they are now, he might have thought of looking to next year, but they got a real chance to take it again. And I didn't, he was too much of a competitor to not jump back in if he could.
Kenny,
I'm always worried these guys will hurt themselves again more seriously, but hopefully they know what they're doing, letting them back in.
Yeah, Kenny, I want your perspective on this. We know Boston's currently second in the Eastern Conference, right behind Detroit. Detroit has been having an outstanding year with J.D. Bickerstaff and Cade Cunningham at the helm. With what you see so far from Boston on the second half stretch as they make a push for the playoff, do you see Boston being a true NBA title contender?
Yes, they're very much a true title contender, but I think it's Detroit, Knicks, and Cleveland. Those four teams. Those four teams going to battle out. But I think Boston. I'm a Celtic lover because I played for Boston for 5 years, so I just roll with the Celtics. I'm hoping that they win the East. I really am.
It's possible. It's possible. Brian, how surprised are you with JT coming back? Because you said last year that he will be out for a year, but just in 10 months he's back and he's better than ever. He had a really good clutch shot against Cleveland last game before this game last night against the San Antonio Spurs. But how surprised are you seeing Jayson Tatum back on the court?
I'm very surprised. And it's something they have to be using stem cells or something for you guys coming back so soon. Yeah. And basically, performing at a high level. I'm amazed by it. Achilles injury is nothing to play with. You have to, push off when you're on the balls of your feet for that torque. And man, you're taking a high risk, but the way they are doing things today compared to about 5 to 10 years ago is amazing. I truly believe they have to be using stem cells to get these guys right, because that's remarkable. 10 months, it used to be a full year, and then you start your rehab. Now, they're starting rehab at 6 months, and then 4 months they're prepared to play a full game. That's unheard of. I'm like, I'm shocked by it. I was a big believer in guys that wouldn't be the same when they come back, and now. But hold on, I'm happy. I'm happy that Kenny is here, because Kenny, back in our day when guys have Achilles injuries, was it hard for them to come back from those type of injuries and be the same?
Very, very hard, very difficult. Bottom line, They didn't have all the technology and things of that nature to get them fixed up. The doctors didn't even know. You know, so it took some time. It took some time. You know, Isaiah Thomas, he got Achilles. Dominique Wilkins, Achilles. You know, back when I played it, and those guys, you know, they came. Dominique came back, and he played okay, but he wasn't the original highlight reel dunker. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just different medicine now. They know how to take care of you quicker.
Yeah, it's something about that, man. You know, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right, you know, you even have football players coming back fast. So I'm kind of readjusting the take on these guys. Some is like a 50-50, depending on the injury. You know, you have some tears, you have some complete rips. So I go back and look at it and see what happens.
I remember you saying once upon a time when Kobe tore his Achilles in 2016, you said, anyone that tears their Achilles, they'll never come back the same. Fast forward, we've seen multiple players tear their Achilles. Not that that's a good thing. Tearing their Achilles after 2016 and the level of play that they once played, they are still there, if not more. You said even when KD went down against Toronto in that series that he was done. And KD right now is still one of the elite scorers in NBA history.
I still don't think that KD is playing the way he used to play. I truly don't think. I don't think anybody can sit back there and shoot the ball and then lead the way it is.
He's getting to the basket still.
No, not the way he used to. He used to dominate defensively too. He played on both sides, but now he just became an offensive threat. It's just what it is. He don't really play defense that tough.
When the playoffs come, he will.
When the playoffs, but he did it for 72 games before.
Well, speaking of 82 games, let's get everyone perspective here, because Steve Kerr, recently head coach of the Golden State Warriors, came out with a recent post-game press conference initiating to the league saying that we need to take 10 games off the NBA schedule. I think it will be great for the league. Now, Kenny, you being a former player in the NBA and going through the grind of an 82-game season, what's your perspective and take on Coach Kerr's comments?
You know, they'll hate me because the way the game has changed. I say take off 20 games, but the money. So it's 50-50. They can't take 20 games off. I was good. Take it down to 64. 64 games, but the money, it's too much money out there.
Yes.
So you can't do it. So I'm like, I'm 50-50 with it. But the way the game has changed, up and down, quick, that's why there's a lot of guys getting injured. So, I would say play 64 games instead of 84.
It's a disservice to guys like you, to players like you, to take off games out the season, because let's be blatantly honest. Yeah. When Steve Kerr's winning championships with the Warriors, I didn't hear him say anything about take any games off the schedule. Then when he was winning back-to-backs with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, when KD was there, I didn't hear anything about take games off the year. But let's remind everybody that now, we're in an era where there's more money in the league.
That's what,
the salary caps are higher. And reminder, the NBA did just sign an 11-year, $77 billion contract. You don't sign a contract like that if you're not able to play 82 games in a single year. 82. And no other sport, professional sport, say anything about taking any games off. Not Major League Baseball, and they have the most wear and tear out of all. Not the NHL, not professional soccer. Not any sport says, well, commissioner, we want to put in a petition to take games off. Tom, the salary cap is at an all-time high and is only going to get higher with these TV deals. Agree or disagree with Coach Kerr's comments?
Well, you're taking it from one point. Yeah, they want the money, but it's not increased, surprisingly. It was 82 games back in the 60s and 70s. So, the NFL has been slowly adding games over the years, but it's only a 17-game series. But Kenny, I got to imagine when you go from college Because when you were in college, would you play 25 games in a year? And then you
played 30. I played about 31, 32.
Yeah.
including the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I got in the lead, it was crazy. It was kind of crazy at first.
Yeah.
The adjustment, I can only imagine.
84 games. I did the travel. My first 2 years, we traveled commercial. Then we got our own plane. So we used to have to get up 6 in the morning every morning to take that when we was on the road, take the first flight out. So it was kind of crazy. You sleepwalking, you know.
Yeah, I guess what's really changed is like the playoffs, because they had 82 games back in the 70s, but they were like, I think you win 3 playoff series, you won the NBA.
Best of 3, best of 3 series.
But but the league now is so big with every team got a plane.
Globally,
it's so easy. It's real easy, man.
They got it. They got it good. They
got it great. They don't got it good. They got it great.
You got folks up there signing $250, $300 million deals. You got the best team trainers, team doctors, team physicians. You're flying private.
Practice facility is awesome.
Practice facilities are often $10 million facilities.
Yeah.
I mean, the NBA is financially is at an all-time high. And Bryant, we got Coach Carr here demanding or asking Adam Silver, Commissioner of the League, take 10 games off the schedule. Give me a break.
You even got LeBron that sit there and can pass the ball, just watch everybody else play.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I think now this era is a little softer. I'm just by watching it, everything it's just a lot of money involved.
Yes.
And I understand that, but it's a little softer. The players a little softer.
Yeah.
And they build a lot of the game around shooting the 3-pointers. I mean, they don't go to the basket like they did.
No. That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Bring back the 5-man.
Yeah, the 5-man is missing. He's shooting threes.
Shoot threes.
I remember if you a 5 on my squad, you shoot a 3, your ass coming out. you ain't gonna see the goddamn floor again. Everybody cussing them out.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounded about right. That sounded about right. The only time you get the ball at the top of the key is to swing it, verse it. That's it. You here, go, screen, roll.
Yeah.
We got centers out here setting screens at the top of the key, and they
they ain't
even rolling. They popping.
Oh, yeah, it's different, man. It's so much different.
Hey, look, centers out here shooting 32% from 3. That's our guy. Let's go get him. It's just a different time. So, Coach Kerr, I'm not sure where you're trying to get to. I know the Warriors right now are struggling. Steph Curry's out another 10 games. But you can't eat your cake, and then when someone takes it from you,
you can't do that.
You can't have it both ways. You can't. And look, I respect Steve Kerr, big advocate. He has no filter in terms of speaking up for different social justice rights. Love Coach Kerr, but you cannot sit up here and say we want to take off 10 games because the Warriors aren't successful right now in the Western Conference, or the Warriors aren't a playoff team right now. That's just what it is. The team's getting older. Got to get a little bit more smarter. And I wasn't a fan either how they did Jonathan Kuminga, but that's a story for another day because, listen.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I didn't like that.
He's a great player, and he fit that Warriors system well. He just didn't give him the tool. And then send him to Atlanta, and he's performing really well for the Atlanta Hawks. So good pickup for Atlanta, but I just didn't like how that whole thing went down.
How they treated him.
I didn't like that at all. Switching gears, Kenny, you being a Georgia Tech alum, what's your perspective on Georgia Tech this year? They started out to a hot start, 5-1, but ended the season on a 12-game losing streak. Give us your take on the Georgia Tech this year.
I love my school, but the NIL is big, and the boosters, the money that they don't have enough money to get the players, for the organization. And that's the problem. And it's tough. Damon Stoudemire, I think he was doing a great job, but he just couldn't do it. Have the money, the NIL money is the college game is a lot different nowadays.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the money to get these players in there, you can hang it up. You can hang it up and
hang it up quick.
Yeah, quick. But Georgia Tech, that's my school. I love it. But I want to see what they do. They fired Damon Stoudemire, so I want to see who they bring in and how they could turn the program around.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's what I'm eyeing.
Yeah, it's tough, and they're in the ACC too in that conference.
Yeah, the ACC is tough, man. Just college basketball nowadays is tough because of the NIL.
Oh yeah.
If I was playing it, I would have made. I probably wouldn't have had to go to NBA if I was playing in college.
And it definitely would be a situation where
all the money they're giving out.
Yeah. I mean, we see today's NIL college sports. We got guys in the G League going back to universities. I mean, I just never. What is happening? What is happening?
Yeah, some of the guys is nuts. They play the G League. They say, nah, I want to go back to college. I'm gonna go back to college.
Going back. I declare. I went through the draft process. Yeah. I'm in a G League. I'm going back to Alabama for an $8 million NIL deal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What are we doing? Just a reminder for people out there that may not know who Kenny Anderson is. I'm just going to give you a brief summary update.
How can they not know who Kenny Anderson is?
Well, listen. I'm
a little older now.
It doesn't matter.
It matters. But we got kids today that don't know what Blockbuster was. Got kids today.
That's Blockbuster. Yeah. Basketball is basketball.
And we got folks out there that don't know who Kenny Anderson is.
And that's terrible. They not a basketball guru. It's just what it is. If you don't know who Kenny Anderson is. Because I watched Kenny Anderson since we were same age. We was coming up.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Just FYI for those out there who may not know, he's a New Jersey Nets franchise holder, all-time assists with 2,363, ACC Rookie of the Year, two-time first-team All-ACC, USBA WA National Freshman of the Year, All-American, National Player of the Year, four-time Parade All-American, New York State scoring record with 2,621 points that stood until 2004. He is Mr. Basketball USA. Just more reminders, his 93-94 with the Nets, so he averaged over 18 points, 9 assists a game, established himself as a franchise floor general for the New Jersey Nets. Now, quick summary, Kenny, take us back through those golden years in New Jersey. What was that experience like? Because I'm born and raised in Newark, so that was right across the way. Yeah. Give us a little bit of a backstory, because I had two former guests on, John Copeland and Tuffy, but they call him Quest. Tuffy was the national anthem singer for all the New Jersey Nets home games.
That's my guy.
And look, he told me stories what you guys used to be doing. I'm not here to put the tea out there, but I'm just saying. He said,
but no, man, woo! New Jersey, that's where I got drafted. Willis Reed was the general manager. It was just an awesome being drafted there, and being from New York, so I was right over the bridge. Played with Derek Coleman, Drazen Petrovic, who tragically died in the car crash. But it was just awesome playing there. I played there for 4 years and made the All-Star team in '94. It was just a great experience. We was battling the Knicks and Nets. We was pretty good those years, and we just couldn't get over the hump. We had about 7 owners. That was tough.
Oh yeah.
When I got traded, when Drazen died, then I got traded to Charlotte. Then Derek got traded to Philly. Everybody, they started tearing the team up. But it was great playing for the New Jersey Nets for my first team in the NBA.
Unfortunately, Kenny, I wish I was alive, but I was not born yet.
Wow.
I see. Yeah.
Wow, you a young buck.
Yeah.
You very young buck.
I am. I was born in '98, and I apologize, but I saw the tape. Okay, I am a witness. I may be young, man, but I know who you are and respect what you did for the game of basketball and the elevation that you brought, the energy, the charisma, the aura that you brought to the New Jersey Nets. Man, I wish I was alive during that era. I swear I was. I mean, listen, Oh my God! Like,
Hey Kenny,
Yeah.
I got a question off script here. How was it playing against Jordan?
Oh, it was exciting. You know, one thing I know when we played them, it was going to be a sellout.
Right.
So I'm from New York, so it was like it was going to be a sellout. So I had to be on top of my game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I was excited playing against him. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I went to Charlotte, when they 96 was when they went 72-10, I was one of those teams that beat them when we played with the Charlotte. When I played with the Charlotte Hornets, we beat them, and I had a big game that game against the Bulls.
That was his first full year back, right? He came back for a half a season, then that was his first full season back, Jordan, that year. And
that was it. But
they got
I'm just talking about when they won 72.
Yeah,
it was 72-10, I believe.
Yeah.
I was on the Charlotte Hornets. We beat them. We was one of the 10 teams that beat them. So, you know, and I did my thing against them. But I played against some greats. I played against Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. So I played against everybody, man. So it was real blessing that I could compete against the best in the world.
So quick take. Your all-time list. Where do you have MJ, Kobe, and LeBron ranked?
Come on, man. MJ is number one.
And who do you have at number 2?
See, I'm mixed up. I mix it up sometimes. It's Kobe or LeBron.
No.
LeBron. I go with Kobe and then LeBron. You know, I go with
That's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear, because folks out there that have LeBron as the greatest of all time, I said it last week, you're delusional.
Yeah.
Something is wrong. Something
you gotta look at the era too. You gotta sometimes I would look at the era of LeBron James. And one thing I get back to, he was a great player. He's a great player.
100%.
Kobe and Mike stayed. They stayed. They got the championship.
Never left.
Never left.
And
he would always leave. He would Lakers, Cleveland,
Miami
to get those. And then he, to play with great players.
People don't understand.
They didn't do that. And
one thing about Kobe and Mike is that they never went to the front office and demanded to trade for an NBA All-Star or a top 10 player in the league. Never. Listen, Mike got it out the mud.
Yeah.
Won. Great coaching staff, Phil Jackson, Tex Winter, and Jerry Krause. As much as bad they want to talk about Jerry had some basketball knowledge of what he was doing, bringing in Kukoc. Fast forward, even after the Shaq era with the Lakers, Kobe didn't. Even though he wanted to leave, he wanted to get traded to Chicago.
Yeah.
That Mitch Kupchak, that wasn't happening. Fired Phil Jackson, bring him back. They were able to accommodate a team, reinvent the triangle with Lamar Odom and Paul Gasol and Jordan Farmar and Luke Walton. I mean, Kobe won without an all-star. I mean, Paul Gasol, granted, Andrew Bynum. So when we talk, I just wanted to get your perspective because you played against the three. Yeah. You know the greatness of the three. But for people out there that say LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that.
They're young. My son is on there. He's 24, 25. They just young. They haven't really seen Kobe and Mike play. So they just automatically
say LeBron. Tommy, you agree with that assessment?
I agree. Definitely with Jordan, number one. Yeah. What I always noticed with him at the end of the game, he never had his back to the basket. He was always squaring up eye to eye with the defender, and he was going to take it right to them. He wasn't going to try a turnaround jump shot or whatever. It was just so tough.
Different time, different era.
Then you got to bring up errors. You got errors of players. Everybody likes Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell.
Yep.
Havlicek. I wasn't born in the 60s
Harry West
to see those guys perform.
Me either.
Oh, I saw them. They were there.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I seen late in his career, he still was handling his business.
Dr. J,
J, all those guys.
Different era.
Eras.
So, Don't put LeBron at #1, folks. If that's your grades all the time,
nah,
please look in the mirror.
I wouldn't do it.
And ask yourself, am I really serious with this? Let's pivot. Let's talk to Tom quickly. Tom McKeown, who recently has a new book out. This is Panther Country, a memoir of youth underdog spirit and basketball glory. Tom, talk to us a little bit about your book and the success, some of the success you've had from it. You are a award winner for some of the greatness of books you've written so far in your career. Talk to us a little bit about this one.
Okay, so I grew up on Long Island in the 70s. I was born in Queens, moved out to Long Island when I was 5, and I played in basketball and everything out on Long Island. And back in New York, back in those days, they did not have a New York State championship. We had these two kind of governing bodies. The New York City teams all played in the PSAL, the Public School Athletic League, and then there was the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, which had 11 different counties, and all they were sections. And they just had 11 section championships every year. And one was Suffolk County, Long Island. Another was Nassau County, Long Island. And in 1975, they decided to let Suffolk and Nassau play each other for the first ever Long Island championship. I was in 8th grade at the time, but I went to Babylon High School, and we were probably one of the 10% smallest schools on Long Island. But we went on kind of a miracle run that year, and we made it to the championship, played in the Nassau Coliseum back when Dr. J was on the ABA playing for the Nets. We actually played in a doubleheader with him. And Babylon actually, in an upset, won the first ever Long Island championship that was ever played. So that's what the book is. It's kind of a chronicling of that championship run. And it was also, I have a lot in there about what it was like growing up in the 70s. No cell phones, your parents just let you out and go away. And and it was a small high school. So we had like a junior, senior high school. So I talk a little bit about when you're like 7th and 8th grade, you're going to senior parties and, not parents and everything like that. But the book won the Independent Press Award and the Book of the Year Award, and it was runner-up for the American Sports Writers Sports Book of the Year. So it's been out a year, and I actually released it last year in March, which was the 50th anniversary of that title. And in the subsequent years after that, they continued. That was the first ever Long Island championship. They kept having the Long Island championship. And then they kind of linked up all of the New York State public high school athletics into one state championship. But they've still kind of, I think, Kenny, the public school athletics where all the city teams plays.
You went to public school.
Yeah. And then, then there were all the private schools as well, Archbishop Malloy. And
I went to Catholic school in Queens, Archbishop Malloy High School. Yeah. So it was different somewhat.
Oh, Bryant.
Huh? Look, I went to Catholic school for 12 years, so I get it.
Yeah. Awesome.
I was lucky. My parents both went to Catholic school, and they would never send their kids to Catholic school. Yeah. It was back to the nuns beating up the rulers and everything.
My school taught me back. My school, it was all boys.
Yep.
It was difficult in there. It was difficult.
Yep.
I went 9th to 12th grade, and it was difficult.
Yep.
Just discipline. The schedule, the school schedule was difficult. The academics, everything. But I needed that. It was blessed that I went to a school like that, living in the hood, and then going to school, like that.
That changed your life.
Yeah,
that changed your mentality, your mindset. Oh man, that sets you up. That sets you up beyond your years.
Because
you're used to this, the hood and the environment, what goes in day in, day out, and then you go to somewhere else.
My high school means the world to me. Means a lot to me.
Oh yeah. Tom, talk to us. Go ahead, Tom.
I think it's important because, today you've got max preps, you've got video of everything, so you're going to be able to see all these players from, Laura. But back then, basically the local newspapers, Newsday and Long Island Press, and you had a lot of these great stories. And this, being the first ever of it, I wanted to, get it put out there that still alive. He's 92, and some of the players, I think they were about 10 years before you, but one of them was Chris Brust. He played at North Carolina. His younger brother Matt played at St. John's. He was
okay, Matt Russ.
Yeah. Matt Brust. Cover of the book here. That's Chris
St.
Brust.
John's, yeah.
All right. Yeah. And the star of that team was a guy named Glenn Vickers, who got recruited to Iona to play for Jim Valvano when he got that program off the ground. And Jeff Ruland went there, and he played NBA. So a lot of great players came off Long Island that time. And I was in 8th grade when this championship was going on, but it was such a great run to be on. It was fun to see all the big time college coaches coming out recruiting. I met Lefty Driesell, I met Denny Crum, I met Luke Conaseca, a bunch of all those guys.
Oh, greatness.
Oh, yeah.
Greatness.
Yeah, and they're all such good guys. They're trying to get to the players they want to talk to, but then there's all these little pests like me running up to them asking about it.
Now, for those out there, especially Kenny and Tom, this being your first time, now is the time when the episode goes left. Now, unfortunately, I don't like to say that, but I like to give you a heads up before it happens. So it's episode's 55 edition of Coach Garvin's Unfiltered. God bless.
Kenny and Tom, man, we sat there and we spoke about these guys not being involved in NIL or any college decisions. This here has pissed me off as a college coach and as a high school coach beyond, because these guys shouldn't have anything to do with this. It's disgusting. And the main thing that I have here, and I got the notes down here, is the fact that Nick Saban. Nick, why are you buffering this nonsense with these guys? They need to keep their ass up out of college decisions. You trying to sit there and get rid of NIL or trying to make an executive orders for NIL is basically adding more fuel to the fire. It's just mind-boggling. You're sitting there talking about players not getting NILs and taking things back to the way it was. No, the answer is no. I personally think that these players won't sit there and play because guess what? They deserve what they're getting. We fought hard with the Kennys and myself, football and basketball. We fought hard for the players to get their just due. So at the end of the day, NIL is going to be here to stay. You're just going to sit here and look at these coaches. Look at the coaches, because I'm a coach, right? And the coaches' salaries of $98 million. You're sitting there talking about Kirby Smart, and these are old salaries. Kirby Smart, $13 million. Ryan Day, $12 million. Lincoln Riley, $11 million. Wow. You had Kurt Signetti wind up getting a $98 million contract. Nobody says shit about their contracts. They can move and do whatever they want. Yeah, they're adults, and guess what? These are young adults. They deserve what they're getting. If you need, if you want to do something, fine. Make it even across the board. Reduce the coaching salaries and spread it to the athletes. So now it's even across the board, and nobody can say shit. Everybody's getting paid. On all D1 levels. D2, you got to earn your keep. D3 is what it is. But a D1, from mid-major all the way on up, everybody gets it. Now, let's see who's the best recruiter, because even level, it's all about control. Nick, say what it is. It's control, because guess what? Your ass paid players when it was illegal. They even came out and said it. We used to bring it in the back of the bus, but now we bring it through the front door. We used to bring it through the back door, and now we bring it through the front. So it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? This shit here, I don't even want to hear Trump's name involved in this shit. It doesn't belong. It doesn't belong. And keep doing what you're doing over there, and I just completely try to ignore that shit. But with sports, don't ruin it. And Nick, you want control. You want it back to where it was. No, the players, if they were smart, they'd come up with a union for the players to sit there and say, hey, enough is enough. Stop playing with our money. We deserve it, and they every right to say so. And it is what it is, because I can't sit for it. And if I have something to say about it, I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm retired.
Yeah.
So I could go tell all of them to go fuck themselves and reduce your salaries. Give it to the players.
Yeah.
Hell, I used to do it. Why can't they?
I love your unfiltered. Let me rewind this real quick. Recently, Nick Saban was at the White House for President Trump's roundtable on college sports, NIL regulation, and another potential executive order. Attendees that were present: NCAA President Charlie Baker, Urban Meyer, Power 4 commissioners, Notre Dame AD Pete, media executives from ESPN and Fox, Senator Ted Cruz, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. So there was a whole mix of power in this room during this roundtable of college sports. Here's where I stand. I don't think people understand Nick's point of view. This is how I think I see it. I believe that first off, I don't think Nick Saban's ever said that he don't think players should get paid. If anything, he knows players should get paid. I think that,
of course he does. He paid them.
I didn't interrupt you during your unfiltered.
You know what? He paid them.
I think what it comes down to, Bryant, and I know Tom and Kenny can agree to this, is that college football right now needs structure.
Yeah.
It needs leadership. It needs rules and regulations in place to prevent the chaos of what we see in NIL. We know that it's nonstop with collectives. We know that it's nonstop from transfers and eligibility loopholes that we've seen, where we went from an era of if you were transferring, you had to sit, versus now you can transfer and play right away. Yeah. That's a problem. Flip side to it is, listen, Nick Saban's won 7 national championships. He is at the position of to earn the right to voice his opinion for the better of the sport of college football. I don't think he's trying to hurt the game. I think he's trying to help it. More importantly, when we look at the era of the world of the NIL and college football, we forget the importance of education for players because we don't think about the players' future. We think about what the players can do for the university right now. Then when the smoke clears and all this is out the window, let's get back to the importance of why we're really here. And that's football and NFL are dreams. Education and degrees are reality. You don't have those two things, your success after your playing days are a little bit slim to none. Now, that's how I see it. I'm not saying what Saban is doing is right. I think he's stirring the pot up because he's got access and he has a direct relationship to President Trump, who can, the way he's running the country, he can thread a needle when he wants to. So for people out there that's bashing Nick Saban, you, Belichick, Smart, Signetti, all the college greats, Ryan Day, I think there should be a roundtable on how to put this thing in order to help the structure of college football, not take away from it, not take away the players' money getting paid. They should be compensated off their name, image, and likeness, not to take away from the opportunities that they get with endorsement deals, rather it's car dealerships, commercials, sneaker deals, whatever. They should have the opportunity to still obtain those things, pay for it. I just think the way he's going about it is a little bit shady, but who am I?
But that's what I'm saying. You can't go into these meetings and say two different things. You know what I mean? And of course, when the bozo talks, then the next thing you know, everybody going to shut up and listen. You get what I'm saying? So, Nick, I understand that, he paid before the NIL.
They all did.
They all did. That's no question. So now they want to regulate it and
they want to put a cap on NIL. You can't do that.
You can't put a cap on it. I mean, why in the hell is Ted Cruz there? He never even put on a fucking helmet.
Wait, why is the governor there? He's never played it down in his life.
Down his life. So it's making a shit show out of it. You got the wrong people at the circle.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? So put real people with real purpose to getting this done the correct way. I can't respect you as a fake person because you up there and your name is Senator Ted Cruz that don't even know how to put on pants.
Yeah.
I can't respect a Florida governor that probably don't even know how to spell football. Don't even know how to spell backs. I don't respect those guys because I put the time in, Kenny put the time in, and every other athlete put the time in for countless hours, morning, noon, and night.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I mean? From 5 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night, day in and day out for their careers to be able to be at this spot.
Tom,
so have the right people at the table.
Tom, your take, and then I'll let Kenny finish, and we'll move forward.
Well, first of all, yeah, what you're saying, that Trump, Ted Cruz, we got a war in the Middle East. We got $3.20 gas. There's so much of. They got better.
Gas is up.
Yeah,
I like that.
Better things that they could do with it. But as far as Cade, I would go to the Civic Center to watch Duke play Georgia Tech. It was Kenny and Bobby Hurley were putting those people in the seats. So yeah. I definitely think you guys should be getting paid. And at the same time, Krzyzewski and Kremens were, good guys, but they were signing shoe deals. So, there was like, you guys definitely deserve to get paid. And I think an equitable structure needs to be worked out. But yeah, they just put too much together. And then there's, people who aren't as fortunate as Kenny who don't have an NBA career, but, played great college careers and, they deserve something for what they did then. Yeah.
Now me playing, for 14 years in the NBA and playing basketball now retired, I see it. You got to have you got to have education, move on, have something else to do with your life academically. And that's big and not just throw it all away just by getting money. Money is great. We need it to feed our families and to live.
Correct.
But some of us losing the real idea of life, just with sports. And we got to get more smart. We got to get more smarter up top.
We do.
And I'm not knocking it. I played for 14 years in the NBA. I retired at 35.
Yeah.
For the first 2 years, I was like going nuts.
Got a lot of time left.
I really didn't know how to live.
Right.
So, I went back to school. I went to St. Thomas Aquinas in Miami, St. Thomas University, got my degree, things, and then they started coaching. And right now, 2 years ago, I resigned. I just want to be a life coach. That's what I'm looking into doing for my future, life coach. Just working with these young men, the youth. And helping them. They're the future. So I see things a lot different, and I understand where they're going with the NIL deals, the NIL, and all of that. But it's kind of whacked out. Sports is getting kind of whacked out now.
Yeah,
we got to get a hold of it.
The plans in place don't read. Life after football or life after basketball. The plans are not in place for that.
No question.
Some of our kids get blinded.
Yeah,
no question.
Yeah.
That's why
3-4 years you out of playing NCAA basketball.
Now what?
Made X amount of money.
Now what?
Spent it all.
Now what?
What are you doing?
Now what?
Yep. Now you got. That's why you need those people at the table.
Yes.
Correct.
That right there. That part.
Correct.
Not.
I'm only 55, but I see it now. Because I made some meathead decisions back then.
We all have.
And I'm saying, wow. Now I'm just trying to help others. That's all I'm trying to do.
Pay it forward. You have to
I'm just paying it forward.
You have to pay it forward.
You have to.
We are all put on this earth to make our contributions.
Yep.
We're all here for a purpose. We are all here to enrich the world. But you have to pay it forward. Pay it forward for those who paid it forward for you.
Exactly.
And when I see buffoonery like this, having senators and government officials at a round table mixed with commissioners and the NCAA president, that's not paying it forward. That's hey, can we come up with a plan where it's just us? It's just us. This is our thing. The NCAA, they don't have a commissioner. Oh man, what better person could it be than Nick Saban to be the commissioner? Wow. Our thing. This is our thing. That's the mentality. That's the mindset.
Exactly.
There's only certain few that benefit from that. The NIL, there's only a top 4-5% in place when there can be a salary cap for each university where everyone can equally get paid. Yeah. And there's some players out there, the Power 5 guys, the star players, they're going to get more because they're ticket sellers. They put asses in seats. They attract fans, social media presence. Everything is a plus. Let those guys benefit because they deserve. They've earned it. But for the folks out there that may not have those same opportunities and privileges, they should have an opportunity to get paid and compensated very well because there's a $1 billion sport. Let's call it for what it is. It's a $1 billion sport. And you can't tell me the Power 5s, the mid-majors, there's enough money for everybody successfully to benefit from this NIL. And it's just an embarrassment. It really is.
My last take on it is if you're going to structure the players and their NIL deals, which it needs to happen the right way.
Yeah,
correct.
You also got to structure these coaches because it's too you want
pay a lot of money too.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, but only at certain schools. So that needs to get fixed as well because you have a young man that'll go to school like Kenny went to Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
but Kenny was there at Georgia Tech for how many years you were at Georgia Tech?
2.
2. So at least he had. Do you remember any coach that coached you at Georgia Tech?
Oh, Coach Crimmins.
Right. So now these coaches are staying 1 year and they're bouncing and going to another place and then another place and then another place. You can't, as a player, you can't get that fatherly love from your coach because everybody's leaving.
Yeah, that's out the window now.
Yeah, there's no loyalty in the game.
Yeah.
There's no loyalty.
So there's no loyalty in the game. So all of it is messed up. Fix
no loyalty.
Yeah, fix it. Everyone isn't loyal. I love that hoodie. Everyone isn't loyal. And look, there it is, folks. It's time for this week's edition, episode 55 of Rewind of the Week. Holla at your boy. Solo shot for me, Chris, because I am pissed off and I'm actually excited. Listen, Rewind of the Week, episode 55 edition. You know what we're talking about, right? The Michigan Wolverines. Not the Michigan Wolverines football program, the Michigan Wolverines basketball program and what they've been able to do this year with Dustin May as his second year as head coach. Right now, Michigan is currently 29-2, number 2 seed right now in the country. Big Ten champs. That's right. I said a Big Ten champs. They'll be the number 1 seed for the NCAA tournament on Selection Sunday. If you didn't know, also, they swept both Ohio State, who our producer Chris loves, the Buckeyes. Swept those sorry candy asses. Sorry, Ohio State Buckeye fans. And then flip side to Tom Izzo, our little brother, the Michigan Spartans. Swept them twice this year, no problem. 19-1 in the Big Ten regular season. 56-12 in the first 2 seasons as head coach for the Michigan Wolverines. That's exactly the same amount of wins that Tom Izzo's had in the last 3. Don't shoot me. I'm just a messenger. Reminder that before Dustin May took the job for Michigan, Michigan was 8-24. He's took over the job in the last 2 years. He's done a magnificent job with the program as he prepares his Wolverine team for another Final Four run. We haven't been there since Coach Boeheim was the head coach there a few years ago during his tenure there at Michigan. But as a Wolverine fan, it feels damn good to be back at the top of the mountaintop in the Power 5 because that's the standard that Michigan basketball is used to being in. You know, the whole NIL thing, that's great and all, but give Dustin May the prop and credit and the love and the recognition that he deserves for what he took over at Michigan following Juwan Howard and what happened with that. I'm not going to say it. You guys already know. Taking over the program, implementing his own system coming from Florida Atlantic, taking Florida Atlantic to the NCAA tournament. If you didn't remember, this is all about the team. So shout out to the Michigan Wolverines, 29-2. Look forward to seeing the Maize and Blue, go Blue, as they make an NCAA tournament Final Four run, because that's where I see them at this year in the Final Four. The season of upsets or Cinderellas, that's pretty much done and dusted. The NIL has a whole lot of reasoning for that. So all you folks out there that think that, like a team like, Tennessee State that may shock somebody, or I'm just saying Long Island. Nothing against Coach Strickland. He's earned the right to be there, but the NIL era is here and the Cinderella era is over. Agree or disagree? Don't even have to answer that. Go Blue. Last but not least, episode 55 edition of Floss with Moss. It's time. Bear with me. Well, gentlemen, the time is finally here. We know that we prepare our sleep schedules to be up for the madness during the month of March. Selection Sunday is this Sunday, where the field of 68 will be revealed. Both men's and women's brackets will be announced, as well as the first 4 in and around the 64 with the matchups being set. March Madness is here, folks. Gentlemen, are you guys excited for Selection Sunday? You better say
I'm
yes.
excited.
Oh, yeah.
You better
I'm
say
excited.
yes. Better say yes. That's what I like to hear. Let's just do a quick pick out there, because we'll have a bracket selection next week's episode where we'll do from start to finish. But Kenny, Tom, what are some teams you'd like to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament?
I would like Houston. Samson. I would like Samson to get his first national championship. It's going to be tough, but I would like Houston.
Houston. Tom, who do you like?
I would love to see St. John's make a deep run there. They've had a long time where they've been kind of not as good as they were back in the 80s, but now Patino seems to have them going now. I would love to see them, get to the regional finals, maybe the Final Four.
It's going to be a no holds barred in this year's tournament. I mean, we got Duke, we got Arizona, we got Michigan, we got the defending national champions Florida Gators, we got Houston, we got UConn, we got Michigan State. Although Tom Izzo somehow finds a way to have success in March in the tournament, I respect him for that. We got Illinois, we got Virginia, we got Gonzaga, St. John's, Kansas. I mean, it's just going to be a no-holds bar. But, Bryant, man, we get to break down next week's bracket challenge. You versus me kick your ass as I did last year. But what are some teams you look forward to seeing this year in the tournament?
Well, he didn't kick my ass last year, Kenny. I'm just going to tell you right there. He really didn't. Every prediction that I said, it actually
was wrong. Kenny, objection. Bryant last year said that you're going to see a team like McNeese State be in the Final Four.
And I did say it, but it is what it is.
No, you said that.
I said that, yeah, and I held bent on that, but they lost. But however, this year, with Illinois, I like Illinois. I got to go with my home team. I like them being there. I think they played Michigan very well, as good as they possibly could. They made a lot of errors, and defensively, they didn't play as hard as they could be. I think they got a shot, but this year is going to be hard to pick just two solid teams, because it's
a lot of teams out there.
A lot of teams that are good.
A lot of teams.
I don't trust Kansas. I don't trust Virginia. I don't think they play hard enough. But I think Houston is definitely going to be there, because Samson gets in their ass, man, and he finds a way.
He does.
Michigan State.
I want to see Houston, UConn, and St. John's. Rick Pitino. Those 3 teams I'm really rooting for to have a good tournament.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was never. I said Rick Pitino will wind up struggling when he first came back, and he is struggling a little bit, but then he's starting to come on now.
No, he's not.
No.
Look, I'm telling
Struggle.
you guys. Last year you had him going all the way.
He's taking his team to the tournament again. Struggle.
The tournament. Okay, cool. I'm talking about while he's in the tournament, he's not going to get there.
Yeah,
he's not.
Well, clearly, the further you go, the harder it gets.
Yeah.
Yo, he's not. He's not going to get in there. You guys, you were on him last year, and I told him to get knocked out.
I had
last
St.
year.
John's in the Elite Eight, and I was 1 game short.
Yeah, he got knocked out. He was gone. I don't think he's going to get to freaking 16 this year.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh man, Chris.
It depends on how they're seated.
America, Bryant Garvin has stated for the record that St. John's will not make it to the Sweet 16. When St. John's get there, I will send you his address, and you guys can send your hate mail. St. John's fans, I tell you where you live at too. That's just crazy.
Every dog has his day.
Every dog has his day, and St. John's ain't make it to Sweet 16.
It depends on how they're seated. I don't know.
We'll see Selection Sunday.
We'll see.
You can catch Selection Sunday this Sunday on CBS, broadcasted live to everybody. Can't wait to see the brackets being revealed. But what I do know is Michigan's going to be number 1 seed. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Get ready to sign off here. We'll go around the room to our guests. We want to start with Tom. Tom, you've tell us a little bit where people can find you, where they can support you, where they can purchase your book, and some of the things you have on for 2026, and one thing you would leave to everybody.
Well, my book's available anywhere you can buy books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. I have a website, tommckeownbooks.com. It's just been a real great honor being on this program. I was really excited when I found out Kenny was going to be on the program. I remember watching him in college and pros, and I really loved watching him play. And I wanted to share with him. I did go to Jack Curran's basketball camp back in 1976. So
great.
So a little connection there besides the thing. But a great program, guys. I love the way you go through all the stuff and everything. And I will, push it out to all my, social media and hopefully get you some more viewers. I think you guys have a great message and a lot to say, and it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Tom, you're welcome back anytime. Yeah. Anytime.
Thank you.
No problem. Kenny, for the people out there that may not know where to find you,
you can find me on X and Chibs _1. Chibs _CHIBBS_1 on X. I'm on there.
What's one
that's
thing
where you can find me. I'm always on there. I always put what I'm thinking.
Twitter wars, we like that.
Twitter wars.
Twitter wars. Oh, snap, Twitter fingers. What's one message you want to leave with everybody out to the world? Besides, everyone is in love.
What? Just be positive in anything you do. Just be positive, and don't knock nobody hustle. Just be positive.
Tom,
just for everybody. Just work hard and it pays off. I mean, whether it's sports, education, or business, do your job and you'll get ahead.
I'm doing my job. Can't say that. I'm trying. I'm doing the best that I can.
Yep.
Brian, final words before we start on episode 55.
Well, I'm Kenny. I'm gonna be negative because I want you to say that. I'm gonna be negative.
I'm not messing with you, man. I don't like being around negative people.
No, I want you to say that Rick Brunson was a bum in the NBA.
Oh, shit.
I won't say it. I'll laugh it off. I won't say it.
That was enough for me right there. I had to end it on that one.
Yes. Oh, that's a great one.
Yes. Yeah, because we used to go at it in McGonigal Hall, man. Yeah. And, he talked mad. Oh, man, he talked so much. Woo-wee! Woo! Smoke and mirrors, baby.
Tonight's episode has been brought to you by Global Sports Entertainment 3. If you haven't, subscribe to our YouTube channel at @3one_GSC3, as well as follow us on all of our social media platforms at @3one_GSC3. Want to give a big shout out and love to the team, the crew, Chris at 1990 Studios for the work he puts in with us each and every week. He is the brains of this thing. I just come up here and talk and do what I do. To our guy, Pat, our graphic designer, thank you for all the work he does week in and week out with the lower thirds, the graphics, the headshots, everything. He does it all. Without him, this is not possible. It's a team effort, and those two guys are loyal. Thank you to our guests, Tom McKeown, Kenny Anderson, Monty Moss, Bryant Garvin. Signing off. Episode 55 will be in the same place, the same time next week. Selection Sunday is Sunday. Bracket reveal is episode 56 All grace to the good Lord. As I say before each and every episode, you got to be very careful how you treat people. Because people are so connected on this earth. $0 to be nice. Be nice.
Yep.
Pay it forward. Don't be a gatekeeper. And I'll see you next week.
Let's go!
I was checking out the scout report, and I don't see nothing but bums. You and your whole entire world know that I am the one. You and your squad ain't got nothing for me. Your organization is looking stressed, and now that you haters is running from me, I know that you see that I'm highly blessed.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we live with your boy Coach G. Yeah, we live with your boy my team.
You and your squad ain't got nothing for me. Your organization is looking stressed, and now that you haters is running from me,